What's happening, folks? Welcome to episode 2 of Street Notes. Just at the start of this video, actually this was shot the day before I shot the rest of this video, and we met this guy on the street and he happened to know my YouTube channel, I think. None of us knew this at the start, we were all wearing masks, but it's always good to meet folk in Denver, and I've been meeting a lot more people in Denver recently, which is nice. So coming up behind this group of people here, I noticed this person in the green jacket fiddling with her hands behind her back there, and I thought it was kind of an odd gesture. So I got in close and tried a couple different shots. This one I really like, probably my favourite one, because it's sort of square on, and it just really, it's all about that gesture, weird kind of way of folding your arms. And in this one, slightly from the side. I do kind of like the angle in it, but I think I like the first one better. These awnings here, I saw the light and then a person coming in a purple shirt, and these things are actually green but they look blue in the video, but you can see it's green in the picture, and really it's just a lot of contrast in colours there, but otherwise I don't think it's a good street photo. Here someone mentioned if I was shooting with Fuji, and I started speaking to the guy and he handed me a card and it was fresh out of focus, and I know this guy from 88 Shots YouTube videos. He's from Atlanta and just happened to be in Denver to shoot street photography for a few days, so started walking around with him. So that was pretty cool to meet someone that I know from the internet randomly. Here I was trying to layer stuff and this guy was going for his mask, so we've got kind of a gesture in there, and then the other guy carrying that plank of wood, and there's something about this scene that I kind of like. I love shooting through the bus windows. The cool thing about buses is they're not going to bus windows again. Not got loads of crazy sunlight or anything, but we did get this nice like silhouetted thing with like color blocks in the distance. I like this picture. I always see guys at this corner. This guy's always holding that sign for a restaurant. This time he was talking to a guy that was dressed in a cool hat, but obviously they noticed me walking up to them and just looked right at the camera, so it kind of spoiled the scene a little bit. Shooting pigeons again. Waited for this guy to like fly off. You can't really see that angle because of the GoPro, but we got there, and I actually like that in the background there's a guy outside that store wearing yellow, same colour as the store's signage, and he's like framed by the wings of the bird. And this one I like because the bird's wings are like perfectly flared out. This guy coming towards us I thought was going to be good, and then he turned away, and I just took a shot for the sake of it. Did not expect anything good from it, and it's not. Here I noticed this pair of legs on the other side of this sign. So I tried a few different frames here, and I think pretty much the first one was the best one. At this point I realised that Jason, fresh out of focus, had sort of stopped and spoke to this guy. Got a really cool portrait of him, so you should check out his Instagram to see that portrait. This was kind of potluck. I didn't really think I was going to get anything here, and I didn't really. I should have paid a bit more attention, I think. Walking up here there was 3 guys on these scooter things, and one of them had been standing in the crosswalk taking a picture, so I took a picture of them. All 3 of them looked right at me. Here I'm shooting just from the hip as this person walks past, and I am so bummed that I cut off the tip of his cigarette, and I'm also bummed that I didn't like just pull focus a little bit towards me, because he's a little more out of focus than I would have liked, maybe, but I don't really mind it like that. I just wish basically that I'd moved the camera further to the right. We were walking along with this lady with these 2 dogs, and this old dog here was just, I think he's just too old to go long walks, and I just thought it was cute that he was in a stroller thing. This window, I think we all kind of looked at this window a little bit, but as always I try and make some sort of abstract type thing through it. Waited on someone to walk through. Look at this, it's okay, it's not great, It's not terrible. I sort of like it for the abstract and light and shadow type stuff. Here though, I just went for it. This guy was talking to this woman through the window of this car. Maybe if it had been closer. And then also realised he was gesturing when I got to the other side of him. And I like this first one just because it's kind of like it's an action happening. I don't really know how to explain it properly. What I like after that is his hand gesture. He's pointing, giving this person directions somewhere. I don't know what's in his back pocket, but it almost looks like a map. And also the lady's face is cut off, but you can see her hand is also gesturing to her chin. And just those elements of the picture I really like, and I'm really glad I went for this. And normally I may have chickened out or maybe not even noticed it in the past, and today, maybe because I had some friends with me, feeling a little more brave, and I just kind of went in for it, and I think it paid off. I'm quite pleased with this. Okay, at this point I saw someone across the street smoking, and the light was good. It was in this sunlight, there was a heavy shadow on the other side of the street, and I thought it would be a nice contrasty shot, and I'm like kind of sneaking up on him a little bit, or just walking up behind him I guess. But I didn't get that close. I sort of like got closer and I was like, I don't know what I'm trying to do here. I didn't know exactly what the shot was, or I was waiting on him taking another draw of his cigarette. And I got that far and I turned around and walked back. And I knew I'd got nothing. This is nothing. So I thought about it a bit and I went back again. And I went to the side this time and I didn't get super close again. And as soon as I shot it, I knew that, again, I didn't have anything. And this is nothing. On the other side of the street, everybody's standing. I don't know what they were discussing because I was completely like lost, thinking there's something there, I should have went back and got that. And I'm kicking myself and I'm sort of like having this internal struggle because it's one person standing alone and there's nobody around. So if I walk up to him, it seems like he's going to notice me. It's going to be awkward or weird interaction. And I'm having this internal dialogue. It doesn't really look like the kind of person that's going to shoot me or stab me, so I would probably be fine. So again, I chickened out, and then the last second I was like, nope, I need to do this. So I tried to time it for when he would be taking a draw of his cigarette. As I'm walking across the street, he took a draw, so I missed that part. And I got up fairly close to him, and I took a shot, and this person did not even look up. And all of that internal struggle with myself as to like, how is this awkward interaction going to go? And it didn't go anywhere at all. And this photo is still nothing because I didn't get the gesture, I didn't get the smoke or anything like that. But I was just happy that I pushed myself to actually try and get it. I have not photographed a puddle shot for a very long time. And often, to be honest, I don't really see puddles in Colorado that often. So we sat here for a minute, got this Jeep thing coming through. It's fine. I probably would have really liked this maybe a year or two ago. But I don't know, there's something about it, there needs to be more there. I'm not really into it. And then we've got this shaft of light that's coming from behind us, and I made Jack just stand in the way as if we were about to cross the street. And there's a moped that's about to come through at the tip of that patch of light. To be honest, after I shot this I realised it's kind of channeling a Trent Park picture, but I kind of like the colours in it, and yeah, it's fine. And here we're in the sort of civic centre park area. We thought there'd be maybe more action happening there, but it was pretty quiet, so we didn't hang around here too long. I'm not sure what this guy was doing, but I took a little hip shot as we were walking up towards him. And I kind of like how this came out. Like, he's silhouetted on the left hand side, we've got that sunburst on the right with the person walking through the other side of the scene there. These were some other shots that I took that I didn't have the GoPro running for, or it ran out of batteries, or just hadn't started filming yet. But thought I'd throw these in at the end, because why not? Alright, so that was a pretty successful day of street photography. I did not think that I'd got as many photos that I like as I did, but I did feel like I'd pushed myself a little bit further and been a little bit braver than I normally would have been otherwise. And I'm not really sure what has happened, but something just kind of clicked or changed. Maybe it was just the fact that I was shooting with more people than normal. But at some point I realised that most people don't really care that much when you take their picture. They might, if they notice you, most of them don't even notice you, but if they do notice you, they just kind of look at you. And their mind probably is like, what's that crazy person doing? And then they just forget about it and move on. I don't really know. It's not any less scary, but somehow over this last 2 years I've been able to get a little bit braver at doing it. And I don't think I'm a fast learner, so I think anybody who's in the position of feeling a bit sketchy about it right now that wants to be able to get closer to people and take pictures at closer proximity can probably learn a lot quicker than I did. But in the moment, thinking about it, playing those mind games with yourself, telling yourself that you need to just go and do it, and assessing the situation and not doing anything stupid at the same time is, at least for me, seems to have been a way of progressing forwards. So the photos that I did get, I liked quite a few of them. I think my favourites were probably the through the bus window one, the person with their hands like folded behind their back, and the guy gesturing beside the car, giving that person directions. Oh, and the dogs sticking out the window. That picture might end up being a canvas on my wall at some point. So thank you very much for watching episode 2 of Street Notes. Yeah, so like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment down below, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.